off to see what shots he might need.
¿Quieres otro? ¿Quieres otro? No creo que sea malo.
Vaccinations are officially up to date. He should be good to go. He's really still borderline on the weight, so he just has to not gain weight for a month and ideally lose a little. So today is pre-pack day number 1. I'll probably continue it tomorrow, and then last minute we'll do our obviously final run. I already have so many things that I'm throwing away, so I'm very glad that tomorrow is a trash day so I can get rid of what I've collected so far that's just not good enough to be given to somebody else. And then this weekend I'll be giving away stuff that we really can't take back to the US with us, but we don't want to throw it away. So this is where I start donating the things that we don't need. I don't accumulate that many things, but Alex does accumulate Legos and other toy items. How Alex packs. Alex has been given this entire suitcase to put all of his non-clothing personal items.
Yay.
The pet health certificate that you need to fly has to be within 5 days of flying, which is why we went 2 days before. But certain shots, like the rabies shots, usually have to have been done a month before flight. So that is why we made sure his vaccinations and such were done a month prior, so that today would be smooth. And now we've officially got permission to fly for the dog. Flying with pets is stressful. I'm not a fan. You can sit out here or up there. Do you think you're going to continue learning Spanish in the US?
If I'm forced to take a class of language, I would be a Spanish because that would be easiest.
That sentence was so awkward. Are you going to also learn English while you're in the US?
No.
Are you excited to go back to the US?
Sure.
Teenagers are the worst. It's like you don't care about anything.
I care about things.
You don't care about friends.
I care about my friends. I've grown not to be super upset when I lose friends because this has been happening all my life.
Is that a sad thing? Should you stop moving so much?
I don't know. Stop making me think about my life.
I want you to think about everything. Thinking is healthy.
I have stopped thinking.
It's butter, bacon, egg, and cheese. And this one is with the tomatoes and.
The climb down is much slower than the run up.
I ran all the way up there.
I saw. I recorded. You tired?
Not really.
Henry, calm down.
What do you think is that way?
Pet-friendly location, love it. I think it's a cute little place. Part of the reason why I got a hotel for the last night is because the hotel is going to arrange transportation for the morning, which I just think will make it easier. We have to have a taxi, and I feel like they're gonna make sure a taxi comes on time, because I do hear horror stories sometimes of taxis not showing up when you want them to, so this should make an early morning better. Alex wanted to come one last time to Cacao Nativa for this slide. A lot of little things we're gonna miss here. what you doing, love?
I'm adding music to a playlist.
Are you a musicaholic on travel days?
No,
No? Yes, he is so.
I'm not in a holiday.
You need constant music. Henry, are you ready for tomorrow? Longest travel day ever. Yay! Should be our taxi. Are you awake?
Am I?
Yeah, are you awake?
Am I?
You so uncomfortable?
Mary says I'm in a box.
Yeah, poor thing. Guys, there are now direct flights from the Tuxtla Airport in Chiapas to Guatemala. This used to not be a thing, and I think this is kind of huge. But fun fact, do you notice that the prices are in US dollars? It's 186 US dollars. I find that concerning because I'm in Mexico. 9 kilos is the limit. He barely made it. Good job, Henry. On our way to Cancun. Can't really see him. But there's the dog. Okay. Not too full.
Would you sit?
So the terminal we arrived in Cancun is of course not the terminal we need to leave from. So we had to take a taxi from one part of this pretty large airport to another part, and that taxi, this ride, cost 1,000 pesos. Gotta love taxis in Cancun. How do you like Cancun? Hot.
Yeah.
As a temporary resident, leaving Mexico was a pretty easy process. My intention was after checking into the flight, after getting rid of my checked luggage, then I was gonna go to immigration and make sure I was good to fly. When I tried to check in, they wouldn't let me get my boarding pass until I went to immigration. Now, they based this off of the fact that I presented my US passport and the last stamp in it was from my last visit to the US, which was November 2021. So it'd been well over a year, right? Which is, of course, much longer than a tourist would get. So they sent me over to immigration. At immigration, I showed them my temporary resident card. And so the stamp that they put on my passport reflected that I was a temporary resident and I was allowed to fly. So then I had to go back to the checkout counter. I didn't have to stand in line or anything. I just went back to the same lady that helped me, showed her my passport, and she gave me my boarding pass. So it was a very simple, easy process. Loved it. And then of course, if I ever come back to Mexico during my temporary residency time frame, then I would enter Mexico not as a tourist, but as a resident. So that part should be super easy.